When she got married, she was so happy because she believed she was stepping into a complete life, the kind she had always imagined. She pictured a home that would soon be filled with children. It was something both of them had talked about openly, 4 or 5 kids. They wanted a big family, and they were excited about it. His family made things even better at the beginning. They welcomed her warmly. His mother was kind, his sisters were friendly, and she made a real effort to be close to them. She didn't treat them like in-laws, she treated them like her own family. She helped out whenever she visited, spent time talking with them, laughed with them. And for a while, it truly felt like she belonged. The first year of marriage went by quickly. They were settling into their routine, figuring things out, enjoying each other. There was no tension, no pressure. At least not at first. Then the questions started. Nothing serious in the beginning, just the usual comments people make. So, any good news yet? She would smile and say no, and everyone would move on. It didn't feel like a problem. But after a while, the tone changed. The questions became more frequent, more pointed. At family gatherings, someone would always bring it up. Sometimes casually, sometimes not. You've been married for a while now. You shouldn't wait too long. Back in our time, it didn't take this long. They would laugh after saying things like that, but it didn't feel like a joke to her. Still, she tried not to take it personally. She told herself they didn't mean any harm. But slowly, things got worse. It wasn't just comments anymore. It was how they started treating her. There were family outings she suddenly wasn't invited to. At first, she thought it was just an oversight. Maybe they forgot to mention it. Until one day, she overheard something that made everything clear. She doesn't even have children. What would she be coming to do? That was the moment it really hit her. It wasn't just in her head. They were excluding her on purpose. She tried to talk to her husband about it that night. She didn't go in angry. She just wanted him to understand. "Did you know about the outing?" she asked. He said yes. She paused, then asked, "Why didn't you tell me?" He shrugged it off like it wasn't important, said he thought she might be busy, said it wasn't a big deal. That response stayed with her. Because to him, it wasn't a big deal. But to her, it was. As time went on, the comments became more direct. His mother would say things that didn't even try to hide the meaning anymore. "Some women just don't get that blessing," she said one afternoon, right in front of her. No one corrected her. No one said anything. And her husband just sat there. At that point, she decided to take things into her own hands. She went to the hospital and started running tests. It wasn't easy. Some of the appointments were uncomfortable, some were exhausting, but she kept going. She needed answers. Every time she got results back, she felt nervous. But the answer was always the same. There was nothing wrong with her. She was fine. Completely healthy. When she finally told her husband, she wasn't accusing him of anything. She just wanted them to figure it out together. "I think you should get tested too," she said. He didn't react the way she expected. He didn't get angry, but he also didn't take it seriously. He brushed it off, said she was worrying too much, said they should just let things happen naturally. And just like that, the conversation ended. But everything else didn't. His family kept asking her questions, kept giving her suggestions, kept treating her like she was the problem. Not once did anyone ask him to get tested. Not once. What hurt the most wasn't even his family. It was him, because he knew what she was going through. He saw everything. And still, he said nothing. At some point, she stopped just hinting about it and started asking directly. She needed clarity. So she brought it up again. "I really think you should get tested," she told him one evening. He didn't argue, but he didn't agree either. He just said, "There's nothing wrong with me." And that was the end of it. But she didn't let it go. Because at that point, it didn't make sense anymore. She had done everything on her end. Every test, every scan, everything was normal. So what were they missing? She brought it up again a few weeks later. And this time, he softened a little. Okay, he said, I'll get tested. That gave her some relief. Finally, they were going to figure this out together. But days passed. Then weeks. Then months. And nothing happened. Every time she asked, there was an excuse. I've been busy, I'll go next week. Why are you stressing yourself like this? And somehow, it always came back to her. Instead of going for his own test, he started suggesting things for her to try. Different medications, different fertility treatments. Let's just try this one, he would say. Maybe it will help. At first, she went along with it. Because she wanted a child too. Because she wanted peace. Because she wanted the questions to stop. But after a while, it started to feel wrong. Her body was going through things it didn't need to go through. Side effects, hormonal changes, emotional stress, all for a problem that no doctor had ever confirmed she had. By their 4th year of marriage, something had changed in her. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly. She was tired of trying alone, tired of being blamed, tired of feeling like she was the only one fighting for something that involved both of them. And then one day, she found something. It wasn't intentional. She wasn't searching for anything. She had been looking for some documents. And then she came across a file. Old papers, tucked away. At first, she didn't think much of it, until she saw his name. And then she saw the date. It was from years ago, before they got married. Her heart started beating faster. She opened it, and everything changed. It was a medical report. She didn't understand everything at first, but there were words that stood out. Clear enough, direct enough, impossible to misunderstand. Clinically infertile. She read it again, and again, hoping she had misunderstood. But she hadn't. Her hands started shaking. Because suddenly, everything made sense. The avoidance, the excuses, the silence, all of it. She sat there for a long time, just staring at the paper, trying to process it. And then she waited. That evening, when he got home, she didn't argue. She didn't shout. She just placed the paper in front of him and watched. The moment he saw it, his face changed. He didn't even try to deny it. He just sat down, quiet, and then he started crying. Not a few tears, uncontrolled wailing. He broke down. I was going to tell you, he said. But she didn't respond. Because they both knew. That wasn't true. He kept talking, words rushing out. Desperate. He told her it started when he was younger. A mistake. Something he didn't take seriously at the time. An infection. One that could have been treated. But he was scared. Too scared to tell his parents. Too scared to get help. So he ignored it. And by the time he realized how serious it was too late. I was ashamed, he said. I didn't know how to tell you. She just sat there, listening, but not really hearing him. Because all she could think about was everything she had gone through. All the tests, all the treatments, all the blame, all the times he stood there and said nothing. I didn't defend you because I was ashamed, he said. I didn't want them to know. That hit her differently. Because it meant he had chosen his secret over her dignity. For years, she stood up, quietly. I can't do this, she said. And for the first time, he panicked. He got up quickly, followed her, begging, please don't leave, he said. I'll fix it, I promise. He was crying, desperate. I'll do whatever it takes, he said. We can try other options, IVF, anything. He grabbed her hand. Just don't tell my family, he added. Please. That part. She didn't miss. Even in that moment. He was still protecting himself. But she was tired. Exhausted. Emotionally drained. And somehow, she still stayed. Because part of her wanted to believe him. Wanted to believe things would change. For a while, it seemed like they would. He was kinder. More present. More careful. For a few months, it felt like they were finally on the same side. But then, his family started again. The same comments. The same looks. The same blame. And just like before, he said nothing. Except this time, he would come to her later. In private. Begging. Apologizing. Please don't let them get to you, he would whisper. Just ignore them. And slowly, those apologies became less frequent. Then they stopped completely. And so did everything else. The promises. The plans. The talk of alternatives. It all disappeared. And just like that, she was right back where she started. Only this time, it hurt more. Because now she knew the truth. And she stayed like that. For 3 more years. 3 more years. Of silence. Until one day, she couldn't anymore. By the 7th year, she was already worn out, tired of trying, tired of pretending things didn't bother her. That Thanksgiving, they all gathered at his mother's house. The usual people were there, his brothers, their wives, his sisters, and their kids. The kids running around, noise everywhere. At first, she tried to settle in like everyone else. But it didn't take long. Go and bring this, check on that. She hadn't even sat down properly before she was moving up and down. Again. Meanwhile, the other wives were relaxed. Sitting. Talking. Getting praised. You've done so well with your children. Your home is beautiful. You've really built something. At first, she tried to settle in like everyone else. But it didn't take long. Go and bring this, check on that. She hadn't even sat down properly before she was moving up and down. Again. Meanwhile, the other wives were relaxed. Sitting. Talking. Getting praised. You've done so well with your children. Your home is beautiful. You've really built something. She noticed it. Of course she did. But she kept quiet. Then her mother-in-law said it. Not even quietly. Well, at least she's useful for errands. A few people laughed. Not loudly. But enough. She paused for a second. Just stood there. Then continued what she was doing. But her mother-in-law didn't stop. You see these ones, she said, pointing at the other wives. They gave us grandchildren. Then she looked straight at her. Some people just came to sit in this family and add nothing. That one stayed in the air. Heavy. And like always, he was there. Sitting. Listening. Saying absolutely nothing. That's when something in her just gave up. Not exploded. Not snapped loudly. Just gave up. She put down what she was holding and turned around. Can you just stop? She said. The room went quiet immediately. Everyone looked at her. Because she never spoke like that. Her mother-in-law frowned. Excuse me. She didn't raise her voice. But she didn't soften it either. I said stop, she repeated. You could feel the tension shift. She looked around the room for a second. At all of them. Then she said it. If you want to know why there are no children, ask your son. Silence. At first, they didn't understand. Then slowly, their attention moved to him. He didn't say anything. Didn't even try. And that was enough. She let out a small breath. Almost like relief. I've gone to the hospital more times than I can count, she said. I've done tests. I've taken medication I didn't need. She looked at him briefly. All while he knew the truth. The room felt different now. Uncomfortable. He's the one with the problem, she said. No shouting. No anger. Just saying it as it is. That was when everything broke. Whispers. Jacques. Confusion. His mother looked at him like she didn't recognize him. His sisters didn't even know what to say. But she didn't stay to watch it unfold. She had already said what she needed to say. She picked up her bag, turned around, and walked out. No one stopped her. Outside, the air felt different. Quieter. She got into her car and just sat there for a moment. Hands on the steering wheel. Breathing. And then it hit her. 7 years. 7 years of trying. 7 years of being blamed. 7 years of shrinking herself just to keep peace. For what? For someone who couldn't even speak up for her. She shook her head slightly. Not even crying. Just thinking, how did I stay this long? She had been fighting for a marriage that he wasn't even protecting. She leaned back in her seat, closed her eyes for a second, and for the first time in a long time, she felt something she hadn't felt before. Relief. Not because everything was okay, but because she was done trying. Done carrying something that was never hers. Done being part of a family that never really saw her as one of them. She started the car, and as she drove off, one thought stayed with her. Clear. Certain. She had wasted 7 years, but she wasn't going to waste another one.